Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I just thought I'd return to you tonight for this premiere video tonight for Noah Cyrus's new album, and it's for her second studio album, I Want My Loved Ones to Go With Me. The country folk album that I got a chance to listen to for myself, see what I was going to think of the 11 tracks on this 42-minute record, and I'll let you know my thoughts on this album in its entirety of 42 minutes. So let's dive into this album review now. It starts with I Saw the Mountains. This one, the lyrics were kind of, eh. But Noah Cyrus sings it alright for the most part. She's trying to pull off a Casey Musgraves kind of style with the last record Casey Musgraves came out with. But I think Casey Musgraves does it better. Noah Cyrus does it alright, but it's not my personal cup of tea. But overall, this style for the country folk stuff that she embraced now, I think it's a 4 out of 5 for I Saw the Mountains. It's a decent song, nothing special, but nothing that I'm gonna really come back to a lot. Then we get to Don't Put It All on Me. Sorry, I said the wrong word. Don't Put It All on Me, featuring Fleet Foxes, featured artists in this track. And overall, both their harmonizing was alright, but the song itself was fairly decent. It's another one that I don't know if I like or am in the middle with it. But overall, I'd give it a 4 out of 5 for this one, too. It's just decent at best. What's It All For is a decent song, too. Another 4 out of 5. Noah Cyrus' singing from time to time can get a little stale and boring at times for this track. But overall, I think it performed alright for the 2 minutes and 15 seconds for this song, so decent track at best. Way of the World featuring Ella Langley is a decent song too. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it per se. I think Noah Cyrus and Ella Langley's singing was pretty strong for sure. Noah Cyrus, I don't know what she was doing with this track, but it didn't work. Sorry, something was burning in my eye for a moment. It's like something pricked at my eye. I don't know why, it just was bothering me for a second. But other than that, it's a 4 out of 5 for Way of the World. I think Noah Cyrus' singing from time to time was decent at best, but it could have been a lot better. I think Ella Langley was the highlight, and that's sad, as the feature artist being the highlight. There's something going on with Noah Cyrus' singing. It's nice, but it's just nothing special. New Country is a above decent track. At least it had some soul to it, some folk sound to it that I could really get on board with, but I wouldn't say this is my favorite song. It's another 4 out of 5 for sure. Blake Shelton's singing in it was somewhat the highlight, but nothing great in any way. So it's another decent track, 4 out of 5. Long Ride Home is another one. I don't know how I feel about it. It's fairly decent, so I think Noah Cyrus' singing from time to time does alright for the most part, but it's the execution that's the main issue. Like, there's moments where it does well and moments where it doesn't, so it's a 4 out of 5. Apple Tree was a good song. I would say this is my favorite song on the record, sadly. And overall, it is a lot better of a song than most of the other tracks. But I think towards the end of the record, it did alright, but nothing great. But overall, Apple Tree was a good song. It sounded nice for the 5 minutes and 56-second runtime. but Noah Cyrus's singing was a lot stronger in this track, and this is what I appreciated about this song. 4.5 out of 5. Man in the Field is another above decent track. A little better than most of the decent ratings I've been giving the other tracks, but I think with her singing in this one, Noah Cyrus, it did alright. And the melody to it was pretty nice for how it sounded. 4.25 out of 5. With You is another above decent track I can kind of get on board with. So it's nice with the melodic melody and Noah Cyrus's singing. So 4.25 out of 5 for this one as well. Love is a Canyon is the second to last track before you get to the closing track on the record. And that is another 4.25 out of 5. I think Noah Cyrus's singing had its strong moments and it had its slightly weak moments. Nothing to the extent where it was bad, but just, yeah. So 4.25 out of 5. And finally, we get to XXX featuring Bill Callahan. I think Bill Callahan's singing was kind of interesting, but sounded familiar with his singing for the most part. Sorry about me yawning. With his singing for the most part, it sounded very familiar, but I don't know. I'm trying to wrap my finger around that, where I've heard his voice from. But other than that, I'm thinking The Last of Us, but I'm probably, for the game, of course, but I'm probably not on thinking of the right name for it. But other than that, I think Bill Callahan's singing was alright. I'm just brainstorming a little and overanalyzing a little too much, so please forgive me on that. And Noah Cyrus' singing was alright for the most part, so it's a 4 out of 5. It's a decent track, nothing special, but as the closing track, I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I would say it's alright enough to listen through. So 4 out of 5. Overall, production, mixing, and execution-wise, I think Noah Cyrus' new record, I Want My Loved Ones to Go With Me, album was average. Nothing special, nothing great. I think the hardest part was a little better than this. I mean, her music is fairly average. It's nothing terrible or anything. I think when I listened to Noah Cyrus, the hardest part, I was thinking it was an average to good listen. It was a better listen than this. I mean, granted, it's unique in its own way, this record, but for how it is, as a 42-minute record and all that, I mean, there's going to be people that'll like it and people that'll be mixed about this record. I'm mostly in the range of average for this record. I think it's an average record, but it could have used a little more work. But if I were to give Noah Cyrus, I Want My Loved Ones to Go With Me a score, I'm feeling a 7.5 out of 10 for this record. Average listen, nothing special, nothing great, but listenable for sure. It is an interesting listen, and for 11 tracks, you get some nice country folk tracks that you can really get on board with if you're into that kind of style. But not a lot of people listen to country that much. It just depends. But for me, I think it's alright as long as it does well with the execution for the songs. I mean, I'll listen to an artist as long as they don't suck. But other than that, Noah Cyrus, I Want My Loved Ones to Go With Me is a 7.5 out of 10 for this album. Hope you enjoyed this album review for this premiere video tonight, and thank you guys for watching.